Would it be fair to say this slowing down, or in some cases even rolling back, of movement towards the UN's SDGs by 2030, how much of this can be almost directly attributable to the negative impact of the coronavirus on healthcare systems, on supply chains, on the cost of living, etc.?
I think what our report shows, and it's not the first, it's the sixth report, is that the region has not been on track to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. But this year's version just shows time is running out. Right now, at the current pace, without raising ambitions, without acceleration, our region is not set to achieve any of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. There are some bright spots on industry, innovation and infrastructure, on affordable and green energy. There is decent progress, but mostly across the board, it's simply too slow. And most alarmingly, as you said, in some areas, there's a rollback. We're actually going backwards when it comes to climate action, sustainable consumption and production. How much of that is due to COVID? Well, definitely COVID is having an impact. What we've seen is probably a dual impact from COVID. The first is a further slowdown, which means that at the current pace, actually, we're not set to achieve the SDGs for another 30 or 40 years. The second, I think, big impact that we've seen is the rising inequalities. And it's not just inequalities in terms of the impact of COVID. Of course, COVID has accentuated many inequalities. But what we're seeing is those inequalities also in the recovery from COVID, a K-shaped recovery, if you will, with some countries and some groups of people doing okay, and other countries and other groups of people not doing well at all. And as always, this is impacting on the most vulnerable groups. You mentioned gender. Gender, of course, we saw a huge surge in gender-based violence during COVID. The people with disabilities found their support networks all but evaporate. Migrants, people working in the informal sector, found their jobs disappear. And children, a huge impact on children. Just looking at in 2020, about 8 million children missed out on their routine vaccinations. Over 30 million children in our region are suffering from wasting that comes from inadequate nutrition. The numbers of school children that have been pulled out of school, especially in the lower secondary level, which is as high as 10%, all of this is going to have long-term impacts. Once a child is pulled out of school, once there is malnutrition, these impacts are long-lasting and often perpetuate inequality from one generation to the next.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.